I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Well, let's get right over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick because we have a lot of questions about the forecast, including how long it's going to stay this smoky around here.
So smoky. My clothes yesterday smelled like I was in a campfire, Thomas.
Yeah, and like a bad campfire too. Like somebody accidentally put like a tire on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's what it smells like.
It's also like one of those campfires where like if you're sitting in one place and the smoke is blowing towards you, so you like go to another place and the smoke is still blowing towards you. Well, we got smoke all around us, so we're just in that situation. And at the moment, we are under unhealthy air quality in Spokane with an AQI of 166. Likely going to stay unhealthy all day today with improving late on in the day. We're talking around 10 to midnight tonight is when we start to turn the corner. Probably going to be in the moderate category for tomorrow, which is certainly very welcomed news. But it looks very smoky as we are about 20 minutes to sunrise here in Spokane. Not going to see that sunshine straight away, though, because of how thick that wildfire smoke is across our region. Current temperatures are largely in the 50s across the inland northwest. We're right at 50 between Coeur d'Alene and Wallace, 56 in Spokane, and 55 out of Ritzville. It is a little bit cooler on the Palouse at 49 degrees currently in Pullman. And our hour-by-hour forecast kind of neglects just how smoky and hazy it's going to be, especially first thing this morning. But our temperatures will top out at around 80 degrees, much like what we had yesterday. But our big changes are coming tonight and tomorrow morning. So we'll show you how quickly that air quality improves and when and where we might see some rain showers in our region as well. Look for that in a couple minutes.
Now, like Thomas just said, our air quality remains unhealthy throughout most of the region this morning.
So let's take a look at air quality levels across the inland northwest. Starting out in Rathdrum, the air quality there is unhealthy right now. They are reporting an index of 161. Heading north to Sandpoint, they're also seeing unhealthy air with an index of 169. Meanwhile, the Nez Perce Reservation near Kamiah still reporting very unhealthy air quality. It is in that purple range right now. They were within this same range yesterday as well, with an index at 217.
So now you might be wondering what each level of the air quality index means. So it scales from green to maroon, with green being the best air quality to maroon being the worst. Green to yellow is the most common, with the air having almost no impact on your health whatsoever. Orange is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. That means people who are in our most vulnerable populations, such as the elderly, they might be affected during that time. Right now, most of our area is in the red category, meaning that the air can have negative health effects for most especially sensitive groups. For areas in the purple, this is considered very unhealthy, and that's when the air becomes a health alert and the risk of health impact is increased for everyone. And then finally is maroon. That's considered hazardous, and this is a very dangerous condition. At this point, it's recommended that everyone just stay inside. Now, as we're heading into another day of bad air quality, you might be feeling the effects on your body, but it's not just affecting us humans.
That's right. It's also impacting our pets. Nicole Hernandez joining us live to explain how smoke can hurt our animals too. And Nicole, you have some friends with you this morning. Who do you have with you?
It is a kitty party. I
It's
have
a
all
kitty
my
party.
This is Socks.
Socks.
This is Socks. He's the little tuxedo kitty. He used to be an outside cat, but now he's indoors forever. He's ours now. This is Leo, and then Ollie's sitting under the table somewhere. He decided to want to be camera shy. But the reason we have all these kitties is because it's very important that we keep them safe, not only just cats, but dogs and livestock as well, because as much as the smoke affects us, it also affects our little furry friends as well. So take a look here, take a look at this list. This is just some of the things that we can look out for when it's seeing whether or not the smoke is really affecting our pets. So if they're coughing, they're gagging, they have difficulty breathing, they have watery, irritated eyes, they are fatigued or disoriented, or they're not eating or drinking as much. If you notice any of those symptoms, you should call your vet. To avoid that though, keep your pets inside and the windows closed. Keep outside bathroom breaks short and try to avoid exercising your pet until all the smoke clears out. Now this doesn't just affect pets, it affects livestock as well. To keep livestock safe, make sure they have plenty of water near their food. Try to feed them dust-free foods and give them 4 to 6 weeks to recoup after the smoke clears before making them move anywhere far away. And we are still in that unhealthy for everyone range, and everyone includes our kitties. They're having a blast. One thing to know, we mentioned it, is lack of exercise. You know, all this playing and stuff that I'm doing, it's okay because we're inside and the air quality in here is fine. But if you can avoid that for outside, especially for your dogs who maybe want to get out and walk, try to avoid it. We are only just about one more day away, hopefully, from the smoke clearing out. So just get through the rest of the day, hang out with your pets, make sure they're healthy, and just call the vet and keep them safe if they do need that. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Boots wants to play inside.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's having a blast.
Look at him. It's too much cuteness, Nicole.
Too much cute.
Well, in the meantime, several wildfires across our region are actually one of the reasons that we're seeing so much of this smoke right now.
Yeah, one of those includes the Kootenai River Complex fire near Bonners Ferry. So the fire continues to grow this morning. Take a look. Right now, it has almost burned 20,000 acres with 0% containment. Right now, no evacuations are in place, but those who live on West Side Road have been placed in that set mode, which means to be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. And new video this morning of the Bolt Creek fire as it rages near Stevens Pass.
Now, this fire has burned nearly 8,000 acres and is just 2% contained. The town of Index is now under level 3 evacuations, meaning go now. Now, nearby areas are under level 2 and even level 1 evacuations.
Incredible video. Well, for the most up-to-date information about air quality and wildfires burning in our region, you can text the word weather to 509-448-2000. Our team compiled a list and you can find that all on our website.
Switching gears now, just last night, the Mead School Board voted against 2 controversial policies during their board meeting. Now, these 2 policies regarded gender-inclusive books in elementary schools and restricting critical race theory. Last month, Board President Michael Cannon proposed the 2 policies. The Northwood Middle School cafeteria was standing room only, with members of the community waiting to say something on these policies.
On August 15th, Mr. Cannon stated that white kids are now the oppressed. I'm sorry that you weren't able to graduate from the Mead School system to know how embarrassing and ridiculously wrong that statement was.
CRT, at its base, hidden behind the false promise of being a higher level of thinking, is racism.
The 4-hour school board meeting ended with the board voting against the 2 policies. President Michael Cannon was the only member to abstain from the vote, as he was the one to propose the motions. Today, the Carl Maxey Center will host a memorial commemorating the life and the legacy of Spokane civil rights activist Sandy Williams.
The memorial is scheduled for tonight from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. tonight at the First Interstate Center for the Arts. Williams' family is requesting, instead of flowers, donations be made to the center on the Carl Maxey website. That's carlmaxeycenter.org, so they can continue Sandy's mission. Williams was among the passengers who died in a float plane crash in Puget Sound near Seattle last week.
Now, investigators have found the wreckage of that float plane. The NTSB just released these images of the wreckage sitting 190 feet down on the floor of the Puget Sound. A team from the University of Washington used a special sensor device to scan the sand at the bottom of Mutiny Bay. The team spent roughly 12 hours over the weekend, and they say they're grateful that their tool could be used to help.
Closure is a long ways away for those families, and that tragedy can't be overstated, right? If we help along the way to give people the information they need in order to move it forward, then we did our job.
Now, the next step is to find a way to get the plane out of the water. The big challenge is the current, which is pretty strong right now, between 3 and 5 knots.
It's 6:09. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Last night, Spokane City Council met for its first reading of its illegal camping ordinance. Under the ordinance, people will be unable to set up a tent within 50 feet of viaducts, 3 blocks of shelters, or in places where Spokane police say is a danger to public safety. Council will vote on this ordinance next Monday. The Lewiston Police Department needs help finding a missing adult. 67-year-old Linda Sears was last seen yesterday. She was wearing a white shirt with floral print, blue jeans, and blue tennis shoes. Anyone with information should call the Lewiston Police Department. That number there at the bottom of your screen. This morning, we're following a shooting that sent 2 people to a hospital on Sunday night. A man and woman were shot sitting in their car near South Magnolia and 58th Avenue when it happened. They are expected to recover. In the meantime, deputies are looking for a 3rd man in his late teens or early 20s who ran from the scene. Anyone with information about this person or what happened is asked to call Crime Check. Well, this is a really incredible story. 2 Lake City High School students and a North Idaho college student are being honored by the Coeur d'Alene School District for rescuing 2 teens from drowning last month. Lucy Mendez, Garrett Leonard, and Preston DeMar were recognized. The young heroes also received a letter from Governor Brad Little in appreciation of their quick response. And that's a look at your Morning Rush.